latest edition of Chatting with the Chamber, the Verona Area Chamber of Commerce television program where we feature 3 local businesses and introduce them to our community. I'm Carl Curtis. I'm the Executive Director of the Verona Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host. I'm here with my camera person, Andy Scott. And our first interview today is with Kathy Workman of Edelweiss Cheese Authentic Wisconsin. They're recently opened here on West Verona Avenue. And Kathy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Kathy, tell us a little bit about your business and why you decided to come to Verona.
We are Edelweiss Authentic Cheese, and we have approximately 120 different cheeses. We're a retail cheese store, and that's what we foremost are known for. We opened a factory about 9 years ago, my husband and I. He's a master cheesemaker, and we did not have a retail store there. And then maybe 2 years ago we started to discuss the possibility of a retail store. And so we wanted to showcase the Edelweiss cheese as well as other cheesemakers from Wisconsin. And at the retail store we offer sandwiches and quiche daily. Also, there is Wisconsin microbrews and some Wisconsin wine, and then a lot of other Wisconsin products as well.
And Kathy, where is the factory?
It is located between New Glarus and Monroe, County C and F. It's a fairly small factory, and Bruce makes 23 different cheeses there.
Okay. And you also have a little bit of a history here in Verona,
Correct.
don't you?
Correct.
First, tell us about that.
So I taught school here for 21 years, and I was in, I thought about the other day, 4 of the 7 current schools, because I actually started in the school that was the red brick building where the high school was originally, which is now where the nursing home, I believe, is. And then I taught early childhood special ed, and so sometimes we got moved around. So I did have the pleasure of being in several different schools and then meeting a lot of teachers as well as parents, and then becoming familiar with Verona as a community.
Okay. And what prompted you and your husband to go into this business? Has your husband always been a cheesemaker?
He has been a cheesemaker for 40 years. He started out of high school. He wanted to find a job, and he didn't have a car, so he had to find something where he could walk to, and his dad's a preacher, so he was in Monticello, and he decided that he would go and pack cheese in the morning before school, and then he also did that after school. And that was sort of his interest in starting cheese making.
Well, there's always challenges to opening new businesses anywhere you open. What has been your biggest challenge to opening up your business here in Verona so far?
As a retail store, customers come in and they want to order some specialty cheese that we may not have. So we try to meet the customer needs. And by doing that, sometimes it goes over really well, and sometimes it kind of sits on the shelf. So you have to, figure out what is, what's working and sometimes what isn't.
Okay. Has the reception been really positive to you?
Terrific, really, really great. And a lot of times people say, this is just what Verona needed. And I think the fact that you can come and sit and have a sandwich or meet with friends. Some people come later in the afternoon and they'll have a beer together and they'll talk, and it's nice to see that happening.
But just out of curiosity, what's been the most popular cheese so far?
I would say the Emmentaler, which my husband is a master cheesemaker for, and he makes that in a 180-pound wheel in a copper kettle. And we actually bought the plant, which had the copper kettle in it, from Switzerland when they were closing, and we brought it all over, and he put that in. So it's the traditional way, and he's the only one in the United States that makes it traditionally in the 180-pound wheel.
I know I got some 15-year-old cheddar for a birthday present. That was pretty nice too. So, if there was one thing you could tell the people of Verona about your store and your product, maybe they don't know right away, what would that be?
Well, I think that Wisconsin is obviously known for cheese curds and beer and brats, and cheese curds are very popular. And I'd like people to know that that the world of cheese is more than just cheese curds, and maybe come in and try one other thing. We often have samples, and so people can try them and they'll say, oh, that's really good. And they may know about cheese, but we like to help educate people as well and let them know a little about the history of the cheese and the family and the homesteads and the farms and things like that. So.
And I know I've been around the shop a couple times, and you have chocolate cheese. Tell me a little bit about some of the more unusual cheeses that you have.
We do. We have goat cheese and sheep cheese, and a combination of goat and sheep. We have some spreads from Kelly's Kitchen, which is here in Verona. We have brie and many different cheddars, and we have hand-pulled string cheese, which is, so it's very kind of a specialty, but he does it all by hand.
And tell me a bit more about the lunch and sandwich aspect of the business. You must use all your own cheeses in your sandwiches.
We do. We have a grilled cheese that you can have just about any cheese in it. We have a Reuben, which typically we use Swiss, but a lot of people like Havarti in it, or maybe butter case, just for something different. And then the quiche is made here also pretty much from scratch. We do that early in the morning, and then usually we have a variety of different flavors. The traditional one would be the Swiss and Gruyere, and maybe sometimes Fontina or Havarti. So.
Okay. And have the lunches been increasingly popular? People finding you and checking you out?
They have. We actually had to add this fourth table so that there was enough space for people to sit down. But we also like to, certainly encourage them as they're having a sandwich to, then try that cheese at home.
Having been in business now for a few months, is there kind of an unusual or unique story you can tell me about some customer experiences here? People who found things or been turned on to things that they really enjoy?
Well, just last week we had a group of second graders who came in and they watched a short film about cheese making, and then I served them 4 samples of cheese, and they enjoyed all of them, and then they got to the goat cheese, which is, you need to sort of work towards that kind of a flavor, but most of the children were actually really pleasantly surprised at trying it, and I really wanted them to see the difference and, the fact that they probably never experienced those kinds of things. But there were a couple of children who described it as dirty socks and nail polish. So that was a very fun experience.
And with your connection to the schools, do you have a lot of visitors from the elementary schools here?
Many teachers come for lunch, and we have to-go sandwiches. We have them ready for them when they need to go back to class. Sometimes we'll have a few high schoolers to come, and then parents of the children who were here or heard about it came later.
And in addition to having school children, I know you recently had an event here, a wine and cheese tasting. Was it for the library?
It was. It was a fundraiser for the library, and we had 15 people who came, and they had fondue, which was made from Swiss and Havarti and white wine, and then we served bread, and then for that event they had wine also, so the public is invited to call and perhaps make a reservation for that as well.
Okay. In wrapping up here, if someone wanted to stop by the store, can you tell us what your address are and hours?
202 West Verona Avenue, right between the lawyer's office and this
American
Family Insurance, yes. And we are open every day of the week, and we are open at 9 in the morning every day, Monday through Saturday, and then on Monday, Friday, and Saturday we close at 6. And on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we're open till 8 o'clock. Sunday 11 to 4. So a little bit different hours, but we're trying to accommodate to the community, especially people who are driving home from work, so that, we're not always closed at 5 o'clock.
Right. And if people wanted to place an order, they can just give you a call.
That's
The
correct.
phone number is,
608-845-9005.
or of course, they can always stop in and check out your cheese, wine, beer, and you can have a sandwich if you like.
Right, and we have the website, which is Edelweiss Cheese Shop, and we also will be starting gift boxes to send out to the United States, all over the United States.
Excellent. Well, thank you for being part of our
All right.
program, Kathy. It's been a pleasure meeting you, and I know I've been here and probably oversampled my share of cheese. So, welcome to Verona, and
Thank you.
we're hoping you have a tremendous amount of success.
Thank you very much.